question. Agnes?
One of the questions was
Get a mic.
the first question was already answered, but the second question is that I understand that the legislature, mainly the House, has met with the executive branch, and it's too bad. First of all, I want to thank you, Madam Speaker, for accepting the invitation of CRA, and Mr. President for accepting our invitation. That shows a lot of respect and care for us. So, last Monday, I understand that the House and the executive branch met to discuss about the retirement. I wonder whether you can shed some light as to what was the meeting about, because we are the ones that are being affected by such meeting. Are there any positive approach or something that it will be more negative towards the people that are recipient now? Because there are two categories right now on DBs, the active and the non-active. The active, at least they have something coming in, but the ones that are recipients, many of them has no other sources of income. And if it impacted negatively, I was just reviewing the report, and $50 million comes into generating funds within the CNMI with the retirement. So I wonder, if we cut that back, whether the economy of the CNMI will be worse or better. And I hope the House and the Senate will realize that by cutting it back, it is not just cutting back the pension, it is cutting back the economy, the livelihood of the CNMI. So I hope you're looking at a bigger picture rather than just adding and plus. I do applaud your, Madam Speaker, for your effort trying to find new revenue. But those are hypotheses right now. And I wonder why the House are just sitting on legislation that is within our means, within our hands, that can be done right now. Could you please enlighten us on those things?
Thank you, Mrs. McPheters. Yes, that meeting was called. There was an invitation from the governor to the members of both the House and the Senate to please meet with him so that all three groups, the governor and the legislative members, would look at solutions. And in that meeting, a lot of discussion focused on the improved, or what is that word, a version of 226 to take care of the active employees. I would like to make it very clear that the welfare of the retirees and the welfare of our active employees that are part of the retirement program are very much in our heart, to make sure that we go out and protect those. So that basically is the discussion, the course of the move to bring in the Social Security program, and we're looking at October 1 as the timeline to bring in the Social Security program. And the discussion was basically that, to phase out, when the Social Security program comes in, it is our understanding that the move would be to phase out the DB plan completely. But in terms of hurting the benefits of the, to reduce the benefits of the pensioners, that was never on the table to do. So I cannot, we cannot say with certainty what's in the content of that draft, because we were not able to look at the draft, upgraded, or the version that the governor is planning to, the administration plans to submit to both houses of the legislature to look at and see if we have any further comments to add before the House members and the Senate take action on that version. So that is still in the discussion stage. In fact, we expect to, from our discussion, the timeline is to send the draft over to both houses of the legislature for their review and further action. It was never meant to be a final meeting. There is follow-up meetings, and I think I personally find those meetings very very good, because we cannot live on this small island without communicating with one another. We need to come together, and we may have our own differences, but we need to overcome, work and set aside those differences so that we can reach our common goal, and that goal is to take care of our people, bottom line.